this is Lavinia at Cross Keys Crafts. It was a very exciting day for me today. It's Friday the 24th of October and I went to the Lavinia Stamps Dreamatorium today for their open day, the HALLAGANZA. I will insert a photo here if I can. I went in costume with a friend of mine, Jane, and yeah, we had good fun there. It's always lovely if you ever have the chance to go to the Dreamatorium, especially on an open day. It's great. There's lots of demonstrations, but a little warning of mine: take your bank card or plenty of cash if you want to treat yourself. I'm always lucky enough in October to get a gift card of my husband. This time it was an early one because my birthday is on Monday, and I treated myself quite a bit. If you've been following me, you know I never entice you to buy anything, and I normally don't do any hauls, but I want to make an exception because I bought quite a few goodies that I will be using in my upcoming videos. And I will also be creating something at the end of this video. The whole bit is actually just a little bit of an intro. So, this week, well, yesterday, yeah, just got confused with the days. Yesterday, on Thursday, Lavinia had a new release, and I got many of their bits from the release. I never get the whole bundle. There's always something where I think, like, I don't really need that. Can't see myself using it. But I bought quite a few bits here. Apologies for the glare. It's evening, it's dark now, it's winter's coming, so and I haven't unpacked any of these, so I'll try to hold them up so you can actually see what I've bought. These are not in a particular order, but these are all from the new release. I made a few piles here of the things I bought. So one that I went back for is the bauble lantern. This is a bigger bauble, and it's also got this chain bit, which is very useful for the smaller baubles that I also bought. And Jo Rice today, she made a card with a little mouse standing on the bauble, which was lovely. I've seen Tracy had something on her desk today where she had the bauble in the snow. I think this is lovely. So, and then this is one of two mice. Let me just find the other one here. So you've got the mouse here with the umbrella. Oh, no, that's not the one. There we go. And that's the mouse with the branch here and a bauble on it. So this one's called Pipspell. Can't even say it. Pipspell. And this one's called Thistle Whisk. And these are really, really cute and lovely. When I saw them, I thought, yeah, you take my money. I need to have those. They're absolutely gorgeous. I'm looking forward to using these. So, and then I got this one here. That's the Everlight one. They had them sort of facing the other way. I'm even surprised I got that one, because at first I thought I don't need it because I've got this one here. But these things happen at the Dreamatorium. Put things in your basket. Yeah, it's a bit of a sort of movement. But yeah, this is lovely. And then this is a branch with some icicles. This is called Moon Spikes. So that's really useful to create winter scenes. Then this one's called Star Pine. So you've got a branch which is useful for other plants as well, but you've got these fir branches here or bits, and this, I have got nothing in my collection yet that is like that, so that'll be very handy, but I can use that for other leaves as well. So, and then this one here, again, I've seen many makes with this. It's great in combination with that, but you can also use it in combination with other branches. These are the sugar pine cones. So you see you've got 3 different sizes and they look lovely. And Sarah today, she created something and they almost look like catkins. So I think they'll be very versatile. So then these are the glimmer orbs. So these are the baubles, but they are on different sizes to the big one, just to show them to you in comparison. So they make lovely Christmas cards as well. Not that I need many more Christmas cards, but I'll be enjoying making those. And then I bought this sentiment here, Tiptoe Prince and Frosty White. dancing path of pure delight, tiny traits, what does it say, trails, sorry, tiny trails that come and go, stories hide in steps through snow. And I thought it's always nice to have a little bit of text, to even create just some texture in the background, and I thought this was really cute. I like the font on it as well. And this one's called Tiptoe Prints. And then this is the wishing post, so it's a mailbox, and you've got the mailbox here on the top, and then this like a tree trunk underneath. In the style, we've seen lots of things like that in the style before, so I think it'll go well with older stamps. Sorry about the glare there, I hope my camera focuses. And then with it comes this set of 5 little words that you can stamp onto the mailbox there. And this is Christmas, snail, so it's because it says mail here already, so Christmas mail, snail mail, fairy mail, magic mail and happy mail. Well, in the country where I live in the UK, most of it is snail mail here at the moment. Post takes a long time to arrive. So, and this one is called Winter Foliage. I think all demonstrators today use that. Pardon me. Really handy to have. You've got a little branch like a mistletoe, and then 2 more bits of fir foliage there, so really handy to have to build this up. So, and then with this collection also came some snowflake stickers. They're useful to have. I don't know if that's just one shade. I think it's just one shade. Yeah, it doesn't say otherwise. So it looks like they are on some like a blue film, like on an acetate. So that'll be really lovely. And the style, I will be using that. There are some stamps in the Lavinia Stamps collection that have got the same design. So if you already got the stamps and they came in 3 different sizes, you've got the perfect bits here to add. So these are the stickers. And then they also have got this lovely stencil. That's absolutely amazing. It's called Snowflakes. So I was looking forward to having that. I had to go around a second time for that one because it had disappeared off the shelves or off the hooks there. So yeah, that's from the new collection. Let me just pop those aside. So then from the last collection, well, I'm not quite sure when these came out actually. I bought 2 lots of the Lavinia Stamps washi tape. One is this sort of leaves. I had that in 2 different colours. I went for the red, orange and greeny sort of, autumn colours. But they also had that where it was a bit more pink and purple. Same design. And I don't have a lot of washi tape. I don't work with it a lot. But because I'm starting sort of new little journals, which I've never done before, I thought these would be really lovely. And this is actually the Lavinia books. I've got the stamps, and then you've got the mousey as well with a light bulb. So that's their own designs, and I think they're really lovely. Oh, this one's called Book Bandits, and this one's Enchanted Fall. So I'm not giving you any prices with these. Some of them have got stickers on them, so you can see that. But yeah, don't ask me how much I spent today. So, and then this is from the last release, which was only a few months ago. I can't even remember, but because I knew I was going to the shop today, I didn't order anything from that. But I'll be using this today because tomorrow on the 25th is the last day to enter the Creative Challenge. And the topic this month is, I hope I'm not getting this wrong, is All Hallows Eve, as in, the evening before All Hallows. So I want to create something with these stamps for that. So, and this one is Penelope. So you've got 2 little witchy stickers there. I really liked her. There were some more witches in the release, but because I already have some, I thought I don't need those, but I really like these because they also look a bit like pixies. So I think they're very versatile, and I can see me using those for Christmas designs as well. So, and then I've got these 2 lots of birds. This one's ravens and this one is spectre. Yeah, I think they're really lovely, and I absolutely love him. I love ravens and crows and, you know, all these sort of birds. Really nice. And then this is, I've seen that used lots of times. This is a stencil set. You've got 4 different designs, basically like a circle, and then, you know, different shapes. You know, these more like moons, and then, well, this looks more like a sunset to me. So you can even use them, I think, in combination, and can create different layers. And these are not sticker stencils. I think I saw somebody ask about that on the Lavinia website, and I think they decided, because of the sort of smaller designs here, not to have them as sticker stencils. So I think these will be easier to use. So I'll pop those on the side here, so don't get them mixed up when I want to use them. So, and then I've got a few older stamps. Sometimes, you know, things turn up in the shop, or you see a demonstrator using something that you never paid attention to. So some of them are like this. This one I already have, but this is the mini holly. It's only like £1.10, but Joe Rice said today, and I knew about that, but I never done it myself. She's got a second mini holly where she cut off the stalk, so it's easier if you create a scene to stamp that without, you know, otherwise you just need to pay attention not to ink this up. But if you've got a second one that you've cut off, you don't have the problem. So I got a holly for that purpose. This one here, yeah, that's a few releases ago. I'd never paid attention to that, and I saw Joe Rice use the berry today, and you can never have enough branches. So this one's the berry branch, and yeah, I thought this would be useful, and yeah, I really like these berries, although I've got other berries. Yeah, treated myself. Then this one here, that's a really old stamp. It's called Large Malted Wings. I saw a lady recently on a craft fair, and she had, well, it looked to me like shrink plastic earrings with that sort of design. So I thought, I'm getting myself these stamps, and I'm going to make myself some earrings. They will obviously be smaller once I have shrunk the plastic, but you could also do designs on acetate and then put UV resin on top. So I'll have a play with those. Then this one was reduced in price. There are some stamps that are retiring, and they were half price, and I saw this one. This is from the Steampunk collection. This is the bigger heart. This is called Heart Large, and I thought I quite liked this one. I always have, but never bought it. And I can mask off the inner side as well with the cogs and create something else in there. So I've got this one here. Then in passing, I spotted this one. It's called Ducks. So you've got some flying ducks. I thought they were geese. I think they'll work either way. So I thought they'd be really nice for the background. And then I think this is the last stamp I bought. I've always seen this, never bought it, always thought I didn't need it. And today I treated myself. This is the Christmas Joy, so a Christmas tree, and it's really nice because it's got all these little dots here, and you can colour them in different colours. So I got this one as well. So, and then again, this is an older stencil. It's called Tall Leaf Mask, or mask, well, mask or stencil. They do 2 different shapes. I went for this one here. A friend bought the other one at the spring extravaganza, and I've seen her use it, and I was tempted to get this one just to, you know, have a play with it. So I think this is really nice. So, and then I bought a few bits and bobs that, well, one was on my shopping list here, and some other things I got tempted again today and finally gave in. So this one is an acrylic board, and it's the size of the packaging here, but it's a thin one. And I think I watched Mona's video a few days ago, and I thought it was interesting. She had a small stamp here just at the top, and she was using this board just like that, just to stamp like that, rather than, you know, using a small acrylic block. So I was tempted to give that a try and see how I get along with having something like that. So it's, presume it's a little bit bendable, and yeah, I'll give it a try. Then I just got myself another Versamark stamp pad, because I messed up my other one is yellow, which is not a problem for any you know, heat embossing, unless I want to heat emboss in clear on white cardstock, and this is why I got myself a new one. So I use the other one until I actually need a clear embossing ink. So, and then this was something I saw on my last visit, have been tempted since. This is called craft foam clay. And what they did at Lavinia is they made lots of mushrooms with these. It's like a spongy clay thing. It's a bit like air dry clay, but it's a bit different in texture. And there are videos on the Lavinia Stamps website where they, YouTube channel and Facebook, I think, as well, where they create these mushrooms, show you how to do that. They do have a mushroom set as well that comes with other bits and bobs, but I just got this one here. It's not cheap. It was like, I think it was like £12, but if you work with aluminium foil to create the thing first and then just cover it with this, I think this will go a long way. So I treated myself to that, and we'll have a play. And then also to go with the mushroom here, I bought 2 packs of this moss. They were just £1.50, so I thought, you know, they'll be going well together. And then one thing I had been toying with and finally gave in almost at the end of the day is buy some of this mixed thread, or, you know, wool, for when you do tags, or, you know, what's the other thing I'm looking for, bookmarks. Yeah, so I bought this sort of turquoise color. They've got lots of different colors, but it's different kinds of wool, different textures, and this one's called Dreamcatcher Tassels Sky Blue. So I gave in the end. Tell you why I gave in, because I saw Sarah have her bunch, and it doesn't look a lot here, but it's actually a lot of thread, so I thought I'd twine, so I thought I gave in with that. And then again, a last minute purchase there. I bought this Mangaka Opaque liner this is from the Zig brand, and I thought I wonder whether it's like a Posca pen, and it is. It's great. And because it's that opaque, I thought I'd give that a try for when I want to create snow, because I'm never really lucky with Posca pen. So I had a trial run earlier, already unpacked that, and that was under £3, so I thought that was a good price point as well. Yeah, but that is all the goodies I bought today. Yeah, again, I want to say I'm not enticing you to buy anything, but I just thought I'd show you these things because I'll be using them in the next few weeks and months, and you will be wondering where they come from. I bought those today. So I'm clearing up my table, and then I do a quick craft with my with these stamps here from the, not the latest release, but from the release before. For my make today, I have cut a card here that is 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 to go on a 6 by 6 card, and the stencils here, they are the perfect size for, so you see they are a wee bit bigger here. And my idea is just to have a play of layering the stencils just with one colour, but with a sort of, you know, by overlayering them, I assume the colour will get darker, so I will have a light application of the colour, but just intensify the colour when I'm overlaying those stencils. I haven't done this before, I haven't seen it done before, I'm just going to give that a try. So, and at first I thought I'd come in with a graphite, but I actually decided to go with a blue because my stamping will be black, and I don't want this to look like a, you know, like a condolence card or whatever, so I thought I'd bring in some colour, and I've got the dark denim here. So I'm loading up my brush, and maybe a little bit more. And Joe Rice reminded us today again, always do your blending in the lid before. So I usually have a bit of scrap paper on the side as well to test it. Bear with me. So I can just make sure I don't have too much ink on here. So I'm just starting with this one. There's no rhyme or reason. So very light application. And then when I find I don't have much colour on the brush, I can intensify the pressure and get more colour on. So and if I keep that here, can you see there is enough colour there? So I don't want this too dark, as I said, because I will have various layers. So I found the circle, the inner bit, is not the same size on all of these. So I'm trying to line this up as much as I can with that circle. I'm not paying attention to that it's not centered here. I'm just thinking which way around. Yeah, I think it's right, fine this way. I have decided to stamp the moon over the middle bit, so I'm not too bothered what the inside looks like. So I'm just picking up the ink from the lid and just going in again. And where I've got ink down already, that should appear darker afterwards. And I'm just having a play. And I think that's always so important that if you've got an idea, just go with it, have a play with it. It's just paper. If you don't like it afterwards, you could always put it in the bin or recycle the back. Or if you do like it, then you have a happy accident, and it's quite nice actually to create something different. Yeah. So can you see how I've got a dark colour where these overlap? I've also got some glitter on here. I think I still have got some glitter on my face. So I'm doing the same with this one here now and with the other one. I didn't plan this ahead. Can you see what I've done there? I should have moved it all up because I'm actually going off the card here. So, well, never mind. I'm sticking with this now. So, what do I tell you what, you've seen now the technique. I think I'll actually do it on the back again, but make sure I'm starting with these here that are longer, so that these drops are actually on the card. So yeah, I'll start that again. So, but I'm starting with the two I had, and then add these, and I'll quickly do this off camera now, and then I'll show you how I continue from there. So the 4 stencils are layered now, so can you see how you've got sort of dimension in that? I really like that. The only thing I don't like is I ended up with one little dot that's still white here, and I also want to put a bit more colour in the middle. So without inking up my brush again, I'm just going in the middle, and I just want to get rid of that harsh or harsher white. So I'm just filling that in. Also want to fill that little spot in. So now I'm coming in with the moon, which is a good size to fit in there. You don't need the moon. You can create some moon texture by coming in with some water on this bit, because I've now obviously applied some water reactive ink. Just looking for my acrylic block there, but I'm going to use the moon in there. And I just want to stamp that because I don't want it to be too bold, and I want the ravens and spectre to stand out. I want to just stamp this also in the same colour in the denim. And you can stamp with the ink, Elements inks, it's not a problem. You don't get a crisp look, but I don't want that here really. And I might actually do a second generation. So I'm just getting my scrap paper out again. Stamp that off once. Yeah, definitely neat. I might even go for a different colour. I think this is a bit too dark. You can see how I could actually have a third generation there. So yeah, I will go in with a different colour. Let me just choose some. I have chosen the Blue Lagoon. I hope it's not too blue, but it's definitely lighter. So, and I will go in with first generation on this one. So I'm just stamping that right in the middle here. Yeah. It's a funny stamp. I've always found this with a moon stamp. It's sort of a different texture, but I like it. I just like that to be texture. As I said, you could come in with some water now if you wanted that. But then be mindful that that would obviously shift as well. So now I just want to stamp a branch across here. And I might just as well use the berry branch I bought today. Trying to get that on my acrylic block here. So, and I'm just going to stamp that across, and it's actually got a perfect width for that area here. Did you hear that? That's my little fur baby. He wants my attention, so I'll just see what he wants. So I'm inking up in my VersaFine Clear Black Onyx. And I'm trying to place this, as I said, right across the bottom there. Yeah, lovely. Can you see? So, and then I want Spectre to sit on the branch. I'm not quite sure I will use Penelope today. I'll have a little play in a moment. So he's gorgeous. So I'm just having a look where I want him to sit, because I want the ravens as well. So whether I wanted him to sit in the middle, I think it'd look better if he sits a little bit on the side. So because it's a silhouette stamp, I'm making sure I've got plenty of ink on him. Can you see? So I have a look. I'm making sure his claws actually overlap with one of the branches here. And I made sure I set him like this so that this branch doesn't, you know, poke into his face. Also give it some time for the ink to actually seep into the cardstock. Don't pick it up straight away, and then you get a good result. This one is a wee bit speckled, and if you don't like that look, you can just come in with a brush, dip that into your VersaFine, and then just colour it in. But I'm going to leave it like that. I might even come in with some Wink of Stella afterwards. So then I'm adding some of these birds, and let me just have a look if I want Penelope at the bottom. See, she could actually be standing there. I think I'll do that as well. Stamp her at the bottom. She's got a very nice size to, you know, sit there at the or stand at the bottom and fit smaller pieces of cardstock as well. I think she'll be lovely on tags and bookmarks. Yeah. Again, I could colour in a little bit, but I think she'll be fine. So I think, because the video is fairly long already, I'm going to stamp these off camera, and then I'll have a look if I come in with some Wink of Stella, and then I think I will also mount this on my card base off camera. So I've got my Spectrum Noir shimmer pen. I said a Wink of Stella earlier, same sort of thing. And I just want to add just a little bit of shimmer to these birds. And that'll distract a little bit as well from where they maybe haven't been stamped properly. Just show you that against the light in a moment. And I think on black that is really nice, especially with the crows and ravens. I'm not doing anything with her lamp there. You could do that if you want to, but I just want her to be a silhouette like that. Tell you what, my eyes are so blurry, I'm not sure if the camera picks up. But one thing I'm not happy with is I think this looks too white. So I will actually come in with my graphite and do some ink blending around this just to frame it and sort of, you know, have a bit more of a cohesive picture really. So as before, I'm picking up the ink and putting it in the lid, testing on the scrap paper here, and the trick is to come in from the corners and then work your way sideways. So it's up to you how far you want to come in, but I'm just starting like this, and I like to move it around as well, and then picking up ink again from the lid. So I speed this up for the video. So I hope you could see how instantly the whole image changes, yeah, from being very harsh white on the outside, but basically framing this. And even, I don't know whether it's my eyes who do this now, even the area that I haven't touched that theoretically is white sort of looks greyish now. I think that's what eyes do. So I quite like the idea of that. So there are other things you could do with this now. You could come in with water splats, you could do Posca splats. I was thinking at first whether I want to colour in the branch, but I think I'm just leaving it here. Sometimes less is a little bit more, and I think the fact that you've got, you know, very bold birds there, and then this is sort of just like some texture in the background, but I think that is just enough. I don't want to do anything else. I could come in with some glitter, lots of ideas there, but yeah, I'm just stepping away. It's late anyway, and I just wanted to show you a quick craft. So, and I just wanted to have one little entry to my to the creative challenge. And I did say I wanted to put that on a card, and I just remembered I made myself an album actually to put my creative challenges into, so I won't be putting it on a card base, but obviously I could do that. Yeah, I hope you like this little idea. I hope you like my, I want to say little craft haul, but it's not, my big craft haul at Lavinia Stamps. And yeah, if you do, you might want to give me a thumbs up. I'd be very happy about that. And I'll see you soon with another video.